Hello, and welcome to your daily oracle reading for Monday, August 10th, 2020. I'm Linda the Lightworker. I'm a shamanic practitioner, and I make these daily videos so we all stay on a healthy life path, living one day at a time, remembering answers are everywhere. I love that painting. Answers are everywhere. We just got to we just got to stay open to receiving them. If you want to find out more information about me, all my information is down below in the diddly-do box. LindaTheLightWorker.com is my website, and that link is down below. Or you can email me, LindaTheLightWorker@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. All right, today I have a general reading for all of us, especially during this time of COVID. You know, especially in times of uncertainty, it is a challenge to keep our head focused and to stay in the game. That's what's going on. So anyway, this is a general reading. Today I'm still working with the Shapeshifter Tarot, which has 3 different authors, 1 for illustrations, 2 for the content, and really just a powerful deck. I love how they interpret the tarot. All right, our first card today is a little off-putting when we see it. It is the loneliness card. Now, don't we see this poor little face withering up there, this tree? It looks like the dead of cold of winter, isolation. And what this loneliness is talking about, this is the 5 of Pentacles. What this loneliness card talks about, it talks about unemployment. This card is about you feeling maybe not connected with others, or missing your co-workers, or an old job where you used to be with people, or perhaps even a relationship. Now, I know some of you have been struggling with loneliness during this time of COVID, while some may be staying busy. That fulfilling connection with others might leave us hanging. So Spirit is really inviting you to notice the different little tentacles here. I realize these are a root system, but think of them as these thought illusions. Listen, if you're with me right now, are you really alone? I mean, I am with you right now. Being in the present moment is what really helps disperse this idea of loneliness, because there is a thought. You might literally be alone and missing human touch, and that's a real big thing. You know, there's a great book out there called The 5 Love Languages, and some people feel loved when they receive gifts. Others feel love when they receive compliments or appreciations. Others feel love through human touch. Others, you know, there are 5 different love languages, and I forget the other 2. Buy the book, it's good. Anyway, it's about how do we feel love, and how are we able to love ourselves, so that this thought of loneliness, what Spirit's really saying is that this is an old belief. And there is something that is a thought that you're thinking that may lead you to believe that you are alone or suffering from loneliness. So our second, third, and fourth card will really help clear this up before I start yammering on about loneliness, because it can lead to depression, or those ideas of, especially if you're wanting a relationship, you know, that those isolating thoughts of not being good enough or whatever. All right. Our second card, though, brings a lot of clarity, and it is the 4 of Wands, which is actually the number 1 card. This deck is so confusing, and I love it because it really twists up the original way you think about things. So this is the excuse me, the air element of Wands, and the number 1 in Wands. But what's interesting, I don't know if you can see her, she's really stepping out of that tree. Look at this tree. It's the same freaking tree, right? She's stepping out of that tree and into her positive light energy. That is really wild. I didn't even notice that when I pulled these cards. But she is stepping out of that loneliness. And the way to identify that, because it's in the Wands, This is on the mental game. This is what's happening in your head, girl. You are believing these thoughts that are being presented to you. So Spirit's saying, step out of that. Have the courage to step out of that old tree and make it flourish now. Step into it now. And what does that mean? Well, first of all, the One of Wands is about new beginnings, starting over, being fresh, having energy, getting momentum, going for it. Just go for it. Just go for it. Spirit's really saying, you're going to have to put yourself out there in a new way, in a way that you never thought you'd have to do, and do it as who you want to be. My God, look at how brightly colored you are in yellow and all this fire energy coming out of you from the bleak, cold past. So it's stepping out of this past belief into a new belief, into the new thought of you are not alone. You may have to, what if there's a life drawing class you always wanted to take, whatever, explore some outlet that will allow you to start something new and to generate, you will meet new people. You will draw new people into your life. All right, our third card, I'm just flying through because we have a lot of them in case you're not getting the message, is the number 13, which is the rebirthing card. And look at her. Is she drinking something? No, she's got a candle. She's lighting a candle, right? The rebirth. And up here, I don't know if you can see it, but there are ancestors hanging over her head, this illuminated light seeming like a halo. This rebirthing is in the traditional tarot deck card, the death card rather. So this is you saying no to that old way of living, of that old belief of you have to be alone or you'll never meet somebody. You know, people are everywhere. I have a girlfriend who says, you know, I bet my man, and she didn't have a man at the time, she would say, I bet my man's out somewhere having a hamburger. Like, or I have another soul sister who would probably prefer a veggie burger, but whatever. Like, imagine that, like, oh, where is your man today? If that's what you're wanting to call in. Oh, where is he today? Oh, he's out working on my truck. Isn't that nice? Like, just imagine telling yourself little sort of like where he might be, what he might be doing. It's about putting in that cauldron of drawing someone towards you. And this is a rebirthing of you, though. You are rebirthing. This rebirthing is you letting go of these old limiting beliefs that you believe are true. It's not true. Remember that, sorry, I'm a little phlegmy. I got a glass of water and I forgot to bring it in here. Anyway, remember that old Seinfeld episode with George Costanza when he realized that everything he was doing was wrong, so he just started to do the opposite? Maybe it's time for an opposite belief. Look at those beliefs and let them go and step into the new, because the final tarot card today is this powerful, the number 1 of Pentacles. It's called the Garden. And look at these two. Like, this could not be more about coupling, two spirits coming together, creating their own Garden of Eden, allowing that butterfly energy to flourish. I love how they always have these little whales, and that the whale being that memory bank. The whale has the library of everything, of really holding on to those ideas that, yeah, you are really close. You're really close. And this so for those of you who are in relationship, who are not connecting with their partners, it might create that sense of loneliness too. So it's about you doing something different, you shifting your attitude, your thought, those limiting beliefs, so that you are able to go deeper and grow the relationship that you want in this beautiful garden. But it does start as a thought and as beliefs. So it's an invitation to look at those old beliefs. You know, when we put ourselves in isolation on purpose, especially those of you who have deep heartache from wound partners who have been out of line, who have, treated you poorly, and your heart was literally like as broken. There's scientific proof that it takes years to mend a broken heart. I remember in a long-term relationship I was in with a broken heart, it took me at least 5 years till I could even discuss it. I was so bruised my heart was so bruised by that. So allowing yourself that space to say, hey, I'm healed. I've been really looking at my emotional self. I'm really in touch with spirit, and I am healing. I am stepping out of that old belief. Letting go of that heartache is going to be very freeing for you. All right, we have 2 cards for our final Oracle card, which is from the lovely Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. I love this deck. Info down below in the diddly-do. All right, we got these 2 cards that came out at the same time, and it says Mending Never-Ending Stories. You know what that means. These mending is you really having that consciousness around, okay, what is this story that I am saying about this sort of relationship or relatingship? What is that story? And that never-ending story, my regulars might remember this from last week. We had this, the never-ending story is that story that keeps us in a victim mode, that keeps us out of acknowledging our part in the drama, right? And staying in that psychodrama of drama and trauma rhyme for a reason, right? That is a traumatic state of being. But it's time to heal this self, this part of you, this little you that is still feeling. Look at this little stone down here. It looks like a heart to me, of, sitting on that heart energy and allowing it to be healed, because you're ready. You're ready to create this new life that you've always wanted for yourself. You're ready to step into it, and you can do it. I know you can. The cards say so. Holy cow, the cards say you're ripe for it. And you're right near the garden. And my gosh, we're in August, so what a beautiful time to be working in that emotional garden, building those relationships a little bit deeper with ourselves so we can attract the ones we love, or deepen our relationship with our loved ones. All right, my dear, that's our reading for today. Sounds like there might be a little work ahead of it, but you know what? You can do it. Where's my magic 8 ball? I have a really good feeling for you. I know it's going to work out, but it might take a little bit of effort, a little bit of that disciplined, focused attention to truly extract, like you got a bad tooth that's got to come out. It can't be saved. Those things happen. It's pulling out that old pain and stepping into the new. So remember to take exceptionally good care of yourself. Be sure and exercise, move your body, drink a lot of water, eat nutritious food. Make sure you're meditating, because meditation helps everything. Helps me get out of the head and back into the body and focus on the present moment, because we can only do this one day at a time, minute by minute. Slow it down. You're going to be all right, kitten. All right, my dear. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.